I've heard people say, marriage is just a piece of paper. And honestly, so is the Constitution. Back home in the Philippines, we don't have divorce legally. So even if it hurts, even if it's silent, even if it's long over emotionally, well, you can annul a marriage, but the process is expensive, messy, and emotionally draining. In the Philippines, in order for marriage to be void or the annulment to be granted, you have to prove that your husband is impotent or they have psychological incapacity, which is so sad if that's not really true. So I grew up in a country where marriage is forever. Not in the poetic, grow old with me way. I mean legally, no divorce. So once you say I do, it's basically I do until the end of time. And then I moved to Finland. And here, people divorce nicely over coffee with paperwork and a pen. I talked to someone at work and she says that here in Finland, marriage is viewed as partnership, not as a fairy tale. Romantic? Sometimes. But mostly it's two people, two bank accounts, shared chores, an emotional space. So much space. Okay, imagine this. Two toothbrushes far apart on the bathroom sink. And a Finnish couple assembling IKEA furnitures in silence. Alright, so here's another thing. Many couples live together for a long time before even considering marriage. Because here in Finland, cohabitation is basically marriage without paperwork. Well, cohabitation in the Philippines has become increasingly common in the past few decades. I guess it's because economic pressure and some view cohabitation as simpler and less expensive than marriage. Okay, another one good reason that I see why people cohabit in the Philippines is because couples often move in when facing premarital pregnancies or to raise children more affordably. Okay, so here's how it is here in Finland. So sometimes when a Finn gets married, it's not a start. It's actually a ceremonial upgrade. Like, we've been together for 9 years. How about we legalize it with cake? In the Philippines, divorce is fantasy. Here in Finland, you can file for divorce alone. No need for both of you to agree right away. So that makes me wonder if it's also the same in other countries too. Like you can file divorce alone. What if I don't want to sign it?
Your Honor, I demand a retrial. That was a solo act.
And I find out that in here, they don't need the spouse consent or signature to even start the process. You just file, wait for 6 months, and if nothing changes, that's it. There was one time I was talking to an amazing 82-year-old English man with her beautiful wife over pasta, and they told me that divorce Finnish style is calm, legal, no flying plates. And it was so funny because in the Philippines, when couple usually fight, like for example, a woman find out that her man is cheating, usually they throw plates, casserole, anything, sometimes even clothes outside of the house. And they will say all sorts of negative words to their husbands over husbands to their husband over a Facebook post. Like, there's a lot of drama. And here, I found out that after you file a divorce and wait a 6 months of reflection, they usually call it calling off period. But I call it a reality check in your wool socks. So I'm going to share with you the 3 things that really surprises me. The first one is there is no drama because divorce here is not taboo. People talk about their ex like a colleague. So the second one is divorce doesn't mean failure. In fact, it can be seen as maturity, choosing peace over being stuck. The third one is there's no shame in living. You're not expected to save face or stay for the kids, which is very different in my country. Usually, a family member would get involved to fix whatever you guys are going through, or just stay for the sake of the kids. And a lot of family are staying together because of the kids. In here, you're expected to be well. And that's the goal. Emotional health over image. And I have to say that someone who used to think that love means endurance at all cost, Finland has taught me love can also mean knowing when to let go with kindness. This is what I'm still learning. I still flinch whenever I heard someone say, "Oh, we divorced last year, but we will still meet for lunch." Like, lunch after a divorce? Seriously? But honestly, I admire it. They don't treat divorce like a scandal. They treat it like a season that change. And isn't that kind of mature? So yes, marriage is just a piece of paper. But so is your passport. So is the property title. So is your citizenship. So is the Constitution. We don't worship the paper. We honor what it protects. That's what divorce is. Legal protection for your peace, dignity, and your second chance. Do I believe in marriage? Yes. Do I believe in forever? Deep down, I still do. I know it's surprising to hear that from someone who didn't grow up with a complete family. And somehow, I still believe in long-lasting love. Why? Because I'm one of those Filipinas who grew up watching Hollywood rom-coms instead of the news. So can we go ahead and blame Julia Roberts for that? But seriously though, living here taught me this. Forever only works when both people grow together in the same direction. And if they don't, there's no shame in saying goodbye. Gently, respectfully, with a signed paper, and maybe with a cinnamon roll. To be honest, as a Filipina in Finland, I'm still processing that. But it's giving me a new language for love. One where peace matters just as much as passion. So to the ones choosing love and the ones choosing peace, I see you. And I'm learning from you. And that's it for today's video, fam. If you find this video interesting, go ahead and like, comment. I'd love to hear your perspective on this one. And as I always say, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Mwah.
Happy 4th of July.